Hello, everyone. My name is Jace Batson, and this is for ORGL 4361. And in this presentation, I want to share my leadership journey through the applied coursework in the ORGL program and how it connects to my role at my company that I work for called Hillard Measurements. I want to cover four areas very briefly. Who I was as a leader at the beginning, what I learned from key ORGL classes, who am I now as a leader, and where do I go from here, including my mission and my vision. I serve in a leadership role supporting production and test operations at Hiller. In just a brief overview, we do custom test equipment and very high-end computers for military and aerospace, so companies like Raytheon or Northrop Grumman and Boeing. And in that, so everything I've learned in this program connects directly to my day-to-day work. And who I was at the beginning, when I started doing the ORGL courses, I was already in a position of responsibility at my job at Hiller. My leadership was based mostly on instinct and experience and not formal theories. And in my day-to-day, I assign work, coordinate with engineers and program managers, productions, and quality, monitoring workflow and utilization in an app called Grafana, and help me solve issues on the floor. I review ATPs, which is our automatic test procedures, and look and review at builds and chassis that are on the floor or different PCs. And when people have issues, I am there to try to remove blockers to get work done. I thought of leadership as mainly two things: getting work done and taking care of my people. I use data at a basic level to check if we are on track and not falling too far behind. I saw ethics as mainly being fair and honest. I knew change was constant, but my approach to leading change was not very structured. In short, I was acting as a leader, but did not yet have a clear leadership framework or language for my style. I was not fully conscious of my own leadership identity. Going through what I learned in the ORGL classes, I found that in the foundations of the ORGL helped me see the bigger picture. I learned how organizations work as systems and how structure, communication, culture, and kind of everything affects outcome. At Hiller, this shifts how I thought about our morning meetings, which are cross-functional communication between all of the departments, and I became more intentional about being clear, having this correct tone, and follow through for build alignments and gaining trust among departments. The data-driven decision-making changed how I relate numbers. Instead of just checking if we were ahead or behind, I started using data to ask better questions and support decisions that I had. I used Grafana more thoughtfully to track trends and bottlenecks, and have more grounded conversations with PMs and engineers about capacity and timelines. This course gave me confidence to use data as a leadership tool and not just as a report. Within the organizational ethics and organizational behaviors, the content expanded my view on personal responsibility. Ethics became more of a personal honesty. It included systems, policies, culture. I better understand and identify motivation, group dynamics, and how informal norms shape behavior. At Hiller, this showed up in how I set expectations for the things like breaks and lunches, and how I support team events such as the Halloween and Town Hall, Christmas, and how much I'm engaged. sets the tone for my team. I realized that small day-to-day decisions either build or erode trust. And within the leadership theory and change or leading change, it gave me the language for approaches that I've already been using, like servant, transformational, transactional, and situational leadership. I recognize that I naturally lean toward the servant leadership role, focusing on supporting my team and removing obstacles. Situational and contingency theory reminded me to adjust my style based on people's readiness and the situation. Transformational leadership pushed me to explain the why and not just the what. Leading change gave me the structure to something we deal with all the time. I learned to think about stakeholders, resistance, and communication. When we change schedules or expectations, I try to explain the reason and invite questions and pay attention on people's response rather than just announcing the new rule, the new schedule, or the new what have you, and not just making it a public announcement. And within the capstone courses, I pulled all of this together, foundations, the data, ethics, behavior, leadership theory, and change into a real analysis and recommendations. It pushed me to look at Hiller more strategically and not just operationally, and who I am as a leader now. Today I see myself more intentional as a leader and more reflective as a leader. I lead with a service mindset, focused on removing obstacles, providing clarity, and helping people grow. I use data to support my decisions, identify bottlenecks, and communicate more clearly about capacity and priorities. I pay attention to ethics and culture and see how my behavior sets the tone for the team. I adapt to my leadership style, sometimes more direct if we have more deadlines, sometimes more coaching or collaborative based on the person and the situation. I view change as a process I need to guide people through, not a one-time announcement. I no longer just do leadership tasks. I think about who I am as a leader and how the theories I learn show up in real situations with real people. And lastly, where do I go from here? What is my mission and my vision? My leadership development is ongoing, but the organizational program has given me a strong foundation. My mission as a leader is to create a trustworthy, data-informed, and ethical environment where people can do their best, grow in their roles, and feel valued. My vision is to be known as a leader who combines strong performance with strong character, using data very wisely, leading change thoughtfully, modeling integrity, and keeping people at the center of decisions. To live that out, I plan to keep reflecting on my actions so they stay aligned with my values, continuing to shape my communication and skills, and as I work across multiple teams, deepen my data set and my skills to tell clearer stories about numbers, look for chances to mentor and develop others and not just manage tasks, and stay grounded in ethical leadership, especially when decisions are more complex or time sensitive. And in closing, thank you for taking the time to listen to my leadership journey. I've shared who I was at the start of the Applied Organizational Leadership coursework, what I learned in the key classes, who I am now as a leader, and where I want to go from here. I'm grateful for how this program has shaped me and what it's taught me, and I look forward to continuing my growth as a leader at Hiller Measurements and in every area of my life. Thank you.